Like Lord of the Rings, but with more dragons.
When Tauranga's Elizabeth Street Community Centre isn't booked up with Zumba, yoga or dance classes, a very different kind of activity takes over. It's a Dungeons & Dragons social group set up to help neurodiverse teens build confidence and learn new skills. The group is run by Jason Edgecombe. Diagnosed with ADD as a child, he now mentors teens and runs these special groups.
And a few years ago, I was doing one-on-one mentoring with youth in Tauranga, and I approached a local support organization and asked them if they had anybody who would need help. And they said, what we actually need is a social group and to do some kind of activity for our kids that can bring them together out of the house. And I said, well, I have just the thing, Dungeons & Dragons, which is an incredibly social game, even though it's kind of for nerds.
Dungeons & Dragons is a wildly popular tabletop role-playing game that's been around since the 1970s.
If you kind of think like Lord of the Rings, but with more dragons, that's kind of the setting of it, and then it uses pencil, paper, and dice, as well as very thick rule books to kind of manage the physics and whatever happens in the world.
It's the opposite of sitting in front of a TV playing a video game by yourself, and that's the point.
By bringing them into the room and engaging them with this really fun social activity, the social skills aspect just kind of happens very organically, which is much better, in my opinion, than sitting in a room with somebody teaching you how to make eye contact. By baby stepping this, you can go from very antisocial, not a lot of self-confidence, not a lot of sort of interaction or awareness, to what we would perceive as a very social individual.
Edgecombe says it's the perfect team activity to help bring neurodiverse teens out of their shells.
The aim obviously isn't to get rid of the autism, because that's not how it works, but it's to help people better find who they are, and by giving them a very safe, non-judgmental environment to very key aspects where they can explore different actions and different activities and do ridiculous things like trying to shoot a fireball at a dragon. They can make mistakes and learn without having serious negative consequences which might trigger their anxiety.
And for the players, this Monday night session is a highlight of their week.
As a person who hasn't got any social skills, it helps me gain relationships.
Yeah, he really looks forward to it every Monday. He texts me on Sunday saying we've got Dungeons & Dragons.
Well, I often struggle with people skills, like making friends, keeping friends, that sort of thing. So to be able to take control of another character who doesn't have all those problems, it's liberating.
It's more of an imaginary game instead of like a card game. And I like that kind of stuff because imagination can take you into a different world.
I meet a lot of new people, just helps my social skills a bit, I think.
And Finn's mother has noticed a difference.
He's a lot more confident around other kids. He's autistic and he's sort of dealt with a bit of bullying in the past, and he's like a safe space, other kids get him.
For this fellowship and many others, being able to learn in a realm without real-world limits offers a safe space to learn and grow. Gavin Ogden, Local Focus.